Yeah, it probably was. We'll wait until we've had a chance to review the game before we make our full assessment. But it was always going to be about what we needed to do. And as I said last week, we've got to make sure that we review every phase of play and make sure we're playing the way we want to play. But at first glance, it's pretty good.
Travis Barker half back. I mean, Carlton's done a lot of clubs have put those exciting types. Could that be a permanent thing? Now you've had a good look at it.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, we know he can play midfield and forward, and we always thought he could play back, and he's done it for periods of games this year. But we wanted to give him a whole game there. It's nice to have that versatility. Certainly, when he comes streaming off half back with the ball, it's pretty exciting stuff.
Are you happy with the way that three tall forwards played together?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've done it a few times this year. We were relatively happy with it. But as I've said a few times, we're still trying to work through what our best ruck forward combination looks like, and we do have a few options. Unfortunately, Mark Blake didn't quite come up today with that sore finger, but barring that, I think we're in pretty good shape. Vardy came back and played VFL footy and played pretty well. It was pretty exciting, really, for those of you that were here to see it. So we've got options: 3 tall forwards, 2 tall forwards. We're still not sure, but it depends what the opposition present, I think.
What about he's been in and out of the side of the recent weeks? Is sort of fitness a concern at all?
No, if we thought that was a concern, we'd play him because he's physically in pretty good shape at the moment. You know, his knee is something we need to manage. I think we've been conservative at times this year, and you can put this one in the ultra-conservative bracket.
Having to play out the match with Matty Stroll, can you update us on his situation?
Yeah, well, as best I can. He's had a little bit of pain behind his knee. They'll scan it. It's probably a precautionary scan, but we decided not even to test it at all. He's such an important player to us that if there was any risk there, we weren't going to send him back on. So we'll just have to wait a couple of days before we can give you an accurate diagnosis. Suffice to say, it's not serious.
It's interesting what you say about just depends on what opposition teams present with your forward set up. Externally, is there a bit too much emphasis placed on the ideal 22?
Oh, I think there is. Yeah, but I can understand the fascination. But we've got a couple of different structures that we can go with that we think can be equally effective, and the opposition we play is probably the deciding factor. But I think we've got a little bit more confidence that the 3 tall forwards can work for us.
How much value do you get testing those sort of different positional and structural things, when it's such an easy?
Yeah, hard to say, especially for a first-year coach. I mean, I can give you my opinion. I think it helps us work out what works well, but you're right. The Gold Coast are an inexperienced group, and they're not going to defend as well as the current top 4. But all we can do is play as well as we can against the opposition of the week.
Is it a gauge of your team's professionalism, though, that it goes out when a lot of people say, this game doesn't matter, but they just go out and not only get the job done, but in such sort of great style? Yeah,
that's a pretty good assessment. We pride ourselves on playing the way that's going to be sustainable in finals, and I think the last 3 weeks, barring the second half against Richmond, we've been able to do that. Now, people would argue we haven't been tested as much as you will, and that's true, but I'm not sure what we can do about that at this point.
80 inside 50.
Yeah, I've never seen 80 to 30, a 50 inside 50 differential. Yeah.
Corey subbed at half time.
Yeah, he's got a knee issue that's been managed all pre-season and all year. He was a tiny little bit sore there, so we were proactive.
What was the thought with making him want to get the sub?
Oh, there are a few things. Varco playing back was one of them. We went through a few scenarios where if we lost a small player, how would our structure look with Lonergan coming back on, and we were pretty happy with it. He's had been showing a few signs of being a little bit fatigued, and rather than not playing, we decided lower game time would be better.
Chris, you said about Vardy played all right today, and obviously Dawson Simpson. How pleased you've been with Trent West the last few weeks, given Defoe comes back? There's now 5 or 6 blokes putting their hand up for September.
Yeah, we're certainly happy that we've got options. Trent West has been really good the last month. Vardy's been out injured, so he hasn't really been able to press his claims, but he was good today. So I think the most pleasing thing is we've got options, and I'd love to tell you exactly where they're ranked at the moment, but we don't know.